I'm Jenna Starr and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On this week's video, I'm going to be talking about how I got into the adult industry and some interesting experiences. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my links below for my social media. How I got into the adult industry? Interesting. It's been a long journey. I originally started out moving from California to Texas, starting my own business there. It was a beauty salon studio, and I was in Texas for a total of 6 years, 7 maybe. And I loved my business. My clients were fantastic, but I wanted to move out of Texas. So I decided, let me make some money online. That's also where I started deciding I wanted to see clients as well. So I started making money online on my OnlyFans. And then about a year later, Brazzers came to me and asked me if I would like to start shooting with them. And I was like, you know what? Go big or go home. Sounds like a great marketing strategy. Sure, let's try it out. Let's see if I like it. That was short. Okay, I started out super square. I moved to Texas, started a business, felt like the money wasn't enough, and I also wanted to move out of Texas. So I decided to start creeping around and seeing clients, and nobody knew about it. Didn't tell anyone. You can't trust people with information like that. Didn't want to be judged. And slowly but surely, I started becoming more open about it. Fatty, clock a shot. It is a whopping 53 inches around. Okay. All right, I'm being serious. Serious, guys. Okay, so my Los Angeles in the house. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my first client experience. Sorry guys, I gotta relax for this. I gotta have a couple of shots. I'm calling in the memories here. Man, so new, so green. I honestly, sorry, that's still going down. I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even know how to act. I used to Google how to get a sugar daddy. I Googled how to work in a strip club. And when I Googled that, there was a lot of actually really informative forums. I learned that there is 5 types of men, personality-wise, when I was looking through like the strip club thing. And then I started reading, okay, so what are these types like? And then quickly realized that a lot of them were very rude and aggressive, narcissistic, and deflecting. And I was like, okay, all right, I can't be a stripper. I know my personality. I am very dominating, and I do not allow people to disrespect me. So we found out really fast this isn't the wave. So I'm thinking I definitely need to. I'm losing it. Okay, I'm going back. I'm remembering. Why did I even come up with the ideas to even do this to begin with? And I had just went through a divorce. But when I realized my relationship was falling apart, I was like, a lot of women I hear say this as well. Well, if this doesn't work out, I'm not going to be with anybody. So I was about 26 years old, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna start dating now. So it took me about a year before I actually like opened up and started dating after my divorce. I made it a goal. I'm gonna go on dates with different shapes, sizes, colors, jobs, anything and everything. Then when these dates were failing, then I wanted to prove to people, like at this point, because they would be like, oh, it's the ones you're picking. So I wanted to prove to people that I wasn't the problem. because everybody wants to tell you that you're the problem. If things aren't working out in life, you're the problem. It's you. But I've actually learned that no, that's not true. It's not necessarily you. And I was going on date after date after date. And then I started setting up. I wasn't even having intercourse with these people, sex, intercourse, whatever is appropriate to say. I just started meeting people. And I could just tell, like, okay, no, this isn't working. It wasn't, it was maybe like about 2 years in, I started putting men and women on there because I was like, okay, so if it's not working, obviously potentially you're attracted to women too. You're always with women, you're always around women. You know, everyone's like, oh, I could never do that. Yeah, well, I couldn't do it either. But I decided that regular dating's not working out very well. And if I could turn these dates into dollars, that's where I started going, okay. I decided, well, maybe I should just get a sugar daddy. And I got on a website. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what the website was. I mean, the messages flooded in very fast. There's this one guy, he looks like the typical sugar daddy, whatever, you know. Oh, I got a Ferrari and this and that. I'm a big business owner and, you know, I'm just this attractive, really old guy that is going to keep pulling bitches in or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. This seems to be what I've been reading about. Let's try this out. Our first meeting was at a restaurant that honestly, now that I think back, that he probably took all of his victims to, self-victimized myself. Um, so no shade there. I did this to myself. And he obviously was very well known in the community because the community was small in Austin. I waited in my car and I'm like scared outside in my car and I'm like, okay, I want to see this guy before I even walk up because I mean, I'm running a business too. Because a lot of these men will be like, oh, I'm a business owner. I can't be seen. I can't be heard. Well, like, I don't have an image. So I sat in my car and then I went and sat outside of the restaurant and he showed up and he was not that bad looking, you know, for a very, very old sugar daddy that lied about his age. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, mind you, on the inside, I am screaming. I feel this intense like pressure, like almost like somebody's just grabbing all of my insides and squeezing them because I'm like, oh my God, people are gonna see me with this guy and they're definitely gonna know what I'm doing. So I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, yeah, I'm so and so, and let's go on in. I got a table. Had it all. Obviously, he does this all the time. He had it planned out. As we walk through this restaurant, I cannot express to you enough how humiliating and embarrassing this was. He made sure I walked in front of him. That when I turned around and I looked, he was staring at my ass, making sure that everybody around saw exactly what was happening and this is what's happening. Like, it was just completely humiliating. Everybody was staring at me, snarling, giving dirty looks. And I'm like, this is what you signed up for. This is it. This is what you signed up for. Like, just keep it moving. We sit down at the table and there was people near us. So usually in these situations, sugar daddies, clients, they're very discreet and they don't want people to know what they're doing. But in this situation, the first guy I got was very out in the open and he wanted everybody to know like what was happening. So this was very humiliating for me. And I was so green. And we sit down. He orders for me. I do not like that. One, you're not going to tell me what to do, and you are not going to order for me. Like, I have my own palate. Thank you. But anyways, so he orders for me. He wants to tell me about how this certain salmon was just perfect and better than this other salmon, and you got to order this salmon. And she will have you know what? She'll have this, and that. And I'm like looking at him like, oh God. Okay, so it's one of those. Then, you know, he slides me 500 and I'm like, okay, cool. But you just got your 500. Keep it chill, keep it cool, keep playing along. You've read about this all over Google. You got this. You're going to be the perfect sugar baby. No. I cannot stress to you enough that this is not my personality. I suck at it. So I'm just like, to this day, I mean, this is years later, I'm telling you, like, I'm not good at this. I mean, I tell myself in my head the right thing all the time. This is how you're supposed to act. This is how you're supposed to respond. That doesn't mean that's what's going to come out. It's hard for me to concentrate. And he's like, well, next time we'll go back to my house and we'll hang out there. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I made it through this first initial encounter, and then he has to go through, it's a typical thing. This is, if you know, you know, this is very typical. He has to go through his whole line of like, I'm this guy, this is what you should listen to, this is what I'm going to tell you to do. And it's all about business and, standing on business. I couldn't wait to get out of that restaurant. It was so humiliating. I left with my $500 and I was like, oh my God, you did it. I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't do this. I cannot do this. This is crazy. I can't do this. Yeah, then you go home and it sinks in. You're going to stop now? He said he would meet again for another $500. You could meet again. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, he doesn't really want a girlfriend or whatever. Now, mind you, he keeps calling me in between. He keeps wanting to talk about business. He keeps wanting to talk about what I should be doing. He keeps wanting to talk about the plan, the agreement, and what he needed out of me, and how he was going to see me 4 times out of the week. Now, I started calculating this, and I was like, okay, this is not adding up. This is not what I thought. I didn't think that I was going to be having to meet a guy 4 times out of the week. A man that is more than twice my age, I think. Yeah, at the time, 4 times my age probably. Hold on, let me think about it. So about like 3 times my age. So I somehow talked myself into seeing him again. I think I went straight to his house. Yeah, I went straight to his house the next time. Because I was like, all right, girl, you need to go in. You're going to have to go all the way in. He kept wanting me to go to his house because he really wanted me to see his house. This is common. Gorgeous, beautiful house. I'm like, all right, you're doing it. Like, you got it. You're doing it. Yeah, here you are. You're going to show up. You're going to show out. And you're going to get this money. He had all of the pictures of his, like probably when he was in college or like in his 20s or I don't know, 30s. I don't know. He was really old. He had them all over the counter. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, so he wants me to see these pictures and somehow I'm going to be like, oh my God, he was so hot. Which he was a very good looking guy when he was younger. And I think he thought I was going to be like, oh, okay, this guy's hot. You know what? I better keep this guy around. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're talking and I am fantastic at talking. I am amazing at business, talking business, life, everything. Like my talking skills are on point. They're very luring, luring them in. Then it gets to that one part and I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. And he can tell. And he's like, you know what? $1,000. He takes my Louis bag that I bought like several years ago and he throws $1,000 into my Louis bag. And he's like, buy a new Louis bag. That's right. Buy a new Louis bag. I got you. No, I did not go buy a new Louis bag. That went right into my bank account to save my money to go towards my bills. I was like, $1,000 at this point? I need the money. This was the whole goal. Now I've made $1,500 at this point. Now, most of the time, people want to believe that you're going to do something rational with the money. But no, this guy was like, go buy yourself a new Louis bag. Then he starts talking about his and he decided to jump in the pool naked with a very saluted junk in the pants. Like he took his pants off and he jumps in the pool. And I was like, oh my God. It was actually really big. Man, he couldn't wait to show that off. And he was like, "Are you gonna get in the water with me? Like, let's go swimming." And he was so like, I think for me at the time, it was just too much. You know, it was overload. It was way too much. So I'm like, okay, you just came all the way here. You just made so far within the week like $1,500 total. Come on, you got this. Just, get a little bit something more going on out of him, and you got this. You could do this. As much as I told myself I could do this, I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. And I was really good at this. I would manage, I mean, I got my money, but then I'd manage a way to like leave somehow. I used to have a thing set up where I'd have my sister call me and pretend that my child was like just diarrheaing everywhere. And I had to go. I'm so sorry. I have to leave. No way. We played these phone calls very well.
Oh my God, what's that? Wait, what? Oh no, he's got a fever. He di he diarrheaed everywhere. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. No, 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 no. Oh my God, you need me to go right now. I'm so sorry. No, I'll be right there. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll be there.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Like, um, my son just shit everywhere, and I gotta go. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad right now. Like, no, it's fine. No, 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 it's fine. Kids come first. You're you're motherfucking right. Kids come first. Yeah, I took off. I managed to find a way, and I'm like driving home, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, if you could just actually get through this, you could make a lot of money because it's clearly possible. It's clearly working. That was the first person that I ended up coming along. Now the me now, how I could handle this and pull through this, I would be owning that house that I went to. But this has been a long journey and this has been a lot of learning experience. Now I enjoy doing that. Now I enjoy hanging out with people. I've gotten comfortable with it. And yeah, I don't know what else